Hello and welcome back to another episode of Hockey Talking. My name is Clay. Thank you for tuning in. It's been a while. It's been like 2 weeks since the last time I made a video. I was taking a break. I was on vacation for like the first time this year. It was very lovely, much needed. Burnout is real, folks. Take care of your mind. Let it heal. Let it recover. Don't stress yourself out. It'll benefit you in the long run. Anyhow, while I was taking the break, some news happened in the hockey world. We're going to cover it. We're going to cover a multitude of topics today in this video. We got some Blackhawks news, we got some league news, but we're going to start with the most important first, and that is Blackhawks news. Let's start with the prospects. Rosters were finalized for the upcoming World Junior Championships, which are set to begin in Edmonton on Christmas Day, December 25th. Pretty much same bubble setup that the NHL used for their pandemic playoffs. The Blackhawks have 4 prospects set to play in that tournament. You have, for the Czech Republic, Michael Tepley and Michael Krudel. You have Kirby Dach for Team Canada, and then surprisingly, Landon Slaggert making Team USA. Now, the Blackhawks had a couple other prospects that were looking to possibly play in this tournament, but they had to back out due to COVID-related reasons. Alex Vlasic and Drew Commesso for Team USA, and then looking to play again for Team Germany was our first-round draft pick from this past draft, Lucas Raquel. But once again, those 3 players had to back out due to COVID. So yeah, unfortunate that we won't be able to see all of our potential prospects play in the tournament, but should still be an exciting tournament nonetheless. I would be very surprised if Canada doesn't come away with the gold medal, and Kirby Dach should probably be a big reason why that will probably happen. December 25th, that tournament starts. Mark your calendars, not only for that, but I felt like it would probably be a good idea to coincide that with the Blackhawks prospect pyramid video. So yeah, double mark your calendars for that. But let's move on away from the prospects. Let's talk about some more serious issues. Let's start with the Blackhawks name change possibility. So if you remember back to the summer of this long and weird year, which seems like a decade ago, you'll remember that there was a lot of focus on racial and social injustices in our society, and that kind of led to some changes being made with some sports franchises. The Edmonton Eskimos decided to change away from the name Eskimos. I'm not sure if they've decided on a name yet. The CFL didn't have a season, and it's kind of been out of the news, so I don't know what the status is of that. But you have the Washington Redskins changing away from that racial slur of a name to the Washington football team. We'll find out what they go with long term there. And then just recently, the Cleveland Indians, who had already removed their very kind of racial caricature of a logo, Chief Wahoo, they removed that a couple seasons ago, and now they're going to be changing away from the name Indians. I'm just going to assume, based on pattern, that it's going to be the Cleveland baseball team, but we'll see. But despite those changes being made, the Blackhawks are kind of standing their ground, and they're not going to be changing their name or logo for the foreseeable future because they still believe that it honors and respects Chief Blackhawk and the Sauk tribe, and they feel like they're on good standings with that community. Here's the thing. My opinion doesn't matter. I'm a Caucasian male. Like, I am not part of the community that this affects. Yes, I'm a fan of the Blackhawks, but if they end up changing their name, then fine, so be it. I can live with it. Obviously, I don't want them to because I love the logo and the jerseys, and it's just path of least resistance. I don't have to change anything, but I'd be completely fine if they do change it. There's more important things in life than sports teams' names. Those have changed a lot throughout history. It's not really an uncommon thing. But for now, they're not going to. We've been dealing with this for a while. There's been calls for them to change their name and logo for a long time. And we're going to continue to deal with this until they eventually probably end up changing. How long down the road that is, we don't know. It could be a couple seasons from now. It could be decades from now. Could be maybe centuries from now. I don't know. Who knows? But for now, they're not changing their name. And, well, I don't really have an opinion on it. That matters, at least. Moving away from Blackhawks specific news to more league-wide news for our final topic of this video, and that is the potential start of the next season. We got a little bit of news recently in regards to that. The NHL and the NHLPA are no longer bickering over financials, so that's a big hurdle that they've kind of overcome. But there's still a lot of things that are left to figure out before the start of the season can happen. Now, they've thrown out a date of January 13th, and I feel like that's similar to how they've thrown out the date of January 1st, which is obviously not happening anymore. January 13th is the day they want to start again, and they've even said, yeah, we're going to start that date. It's set in stone. At least, an executive has said that. But there's still things to figure out here. They got to figure out COVID procedures. They got to figure out divisions, how they're going to be set up. Now, we have some projections on how it's going to look, and I don't think that's a very big issue, but they still have to figure that out. They still need to figure out, based on that, what the schedules are going to be, traveling-wise. The San Jose Sharks, where are they going to play? Like, they can't play in their home arena just based on local ordinances because of this pandemic that is still going on. So you got to figure that out. January 13th is less than a month away. There's not a whole lot of time, even though players are starting to come back from Europe. It's not a whole lot of time to get, training camp started, potential exhibition, although it seems like there's probably not going to be exhibition, but still, training camp, then start the season, and they want to play 56 games starting January 13th. Okay, I guess. If you look at the two lockout seasons, the 1994-95 season, which started January 20th, and then the 2012-2013 season, which started January 19th, both of those seasons played 48 games, half a season. Well, a little bit more than half a season, but 56 is a lot of games to fit in a normal time span for an NHL season, at least the latter half of it. If they want to start the 2021-2022 season on time, the first season that the Seattle Kraken will be a part of the league, if they want to play 56 games in this upcoming season, they're going to have a pretty short off-season here before then that next season would start, if that's going to start on time, which the plan is for that to happen. Especially since you have the expansion draft happening in that off-season as well. Like, it's a topic, it's a problem for another day, but like, it's something you got to keep in the back of your mind. So for right now, I still feel like January 13th is still aggressive. I would be surprised if they start January 13th, despite what we've heard so far. I could see it happening. I could see the start of the season happening probably a couple days later. And 56 games is a lot. So there's still ways to go here. But the good news is it seems like the biggest hurdle in terms of financials is no longer in the way. It seems like the sides are trying to get something done. So it seems like hockey is going to be back, pretty soon. And it seems like it's going to happen. Where there was a question for a little bit of whether the season was or was not going to even happen. But it seems like we're going to get hockey, and that's a good thing. When and how and where, that's still we're still going to figure that out in the days leading up here. But hopefully we'll figure out soon. So that's it for this video. Those are all the topics I felt like needed to be covered. All the topics that I missed while I was on break. Although, if there was a topic I missed, let me know down in the comment section below. Also, leave your thoughts on the topics that I did cover in this video. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate that as always, but most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions, and I will see you next time. Guaranteed it will be sooner than 2 weeks from now. You have my word.